Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome to another card video. This is my favorite card of the holiday season, and if you want to know why, you can go to my blog. I give a little bit more details if you're not already there. So I'm going to start by creating the background using the Stampin' Up! Snow Swirled stamp set, which I've used several times this season and last season and the season before, because I just love it. So here's Versamark ink, and I'm just randomly stamping these 3 different size snowflakes that come with the set. And so I'm going to end up with an emboss resist technique here. So I'm going to take my white embossing powder, so I'll get a white on white. And then I'm going to heat it up to set it. So I'm going to start with an acrylic block, a big one, and I'm going to take 3 different shades of blue. I'm going to start with the lightest shade of Broken China, then I'm going Stormy Sky, Faded Jeans, and then finally Dusty Concord, which is the purple. And it's okay to overlap your inks. It's not going to be the ink pad. This is Silver Smooch Spritz. It's not the vanilla one that I've been using recently. This is actually silver, and I'm going to generously spray a bunch onto this block. You can see it starting to pool, and then I'm actually going to put water on top of that, so I get a lot of liquid on this block. And I'm going to place my the embossed paper on the block face down. As you can see, I get a lot of dark areas, so I'm going to spray it again with water. I'm going to place it back down there to absorb any ink that's left. Now I'm going to add, I want to go back over it with the lightest color of blue, and notice I put it on right then and there. I shouldn't have done that. I should have wiped off my block first because I got some silver on my ink pad. So if you're going to try this at home, I would wipe off the ink block, then put the Broken China and some water, and then lay your cardstock down again. I'm taking a baby wipe, and it's not going to remove any of the ink. It's just going to clean off the snowflakes so that you can really see them against that background. Now I'm going to go fill in some of the white spots because you can see I didn't hit all the different areas of the cardstock, and I want to make sure that my snowflakes are standing out. So I'm taking the purple and the Broken China, and I'm filling it in on the corners mostly. And every time I apply it, I'm just going to use my baby wipe to wipe off the snowflake. I'm going to set that off to dry. I'm going to work on my sentiment. I've already got these 3 different sentiments adhered to my block, so there are 3 separate stamps that come with the Hero Arts Owl Christmas. And I'm going to take this embossing buddy, which is just a sack filled with powder, and I wipe it against my cardstock so that I don't get all that stray powder that kind of clings to the black, and then you get these white spots. So I always use the embossing buddy when I'm embossing onto black cardstock. So I'm going to heat that up, and then I'm going to trim it down. I'm going to take this paper piercer and my matte pack. It's just like a foam pad, and I'm going to make a hole right in the middle right there. I'm going to push it all the way through because I kind of want a big hole. I'm going to be putting 3 pieces of string through it. This is Dazzling Details. It's kind of like Stickles. It's made by Stampin' Up! And I'm speeding this up a lot, and I hit it quite slowly. But I want to just hit the edge. Alright, and that takes a while to dry. I usually let about 3 hours pass to let that thoroughly dry. So I wanted to use some purple ribbon, but I didn't have any that matched my Dusty Concord. So I decided to create some. So I took my Dusty Concord ink and I just put some on my craft mat, and I sprayed it with a bunch of water, and now I'm just going to take my white string and I'm going to soak it in there. So I'm using the Ranger applicator pad that I would use to apply that ink to white cardstock, and I'm just going to spread the ink around on these pieces of string. And now I have a perfect match. So I let all that dry, and I went back in and used my ATG gun to adhere my pieces together, and you'll notice that the ink, as it dried, it lightened up a little bit. So you've got dark spots and light spots, which is why I applied the ink so many times on that block. So I'm going to wet my 3 pieces of string together to get them through that hole. And use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, which is just foam adhesive. I'm going to adhere that to the front. And then just wrap my string around the back. And I'm just going to take that whole piece and I'm going to adhere it to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch folded card. And then last, I take a white gel pen and I'm just going to put some periods in between those words just to kind of accentuate the word. And that's it. It gives a really shimmery look with that silver shimmer mist. It's really pretty. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it and have a great holiday, and I'll see you next week.